Hey there. I just wanted to real quick give you a little walkthrough of the time tracking calendar and how I want you to start planning your days and tracking your time just right away. Super important just in terms of gathering data and having this stuff available in the future. And I know it's a pain in the butt, but we're totally going to do it. I know you can do it. You can do it. Okay. So basically, here in the calendar, what I want you to do is start with the plan column. So in the plan column, you block out very specific things. If you're going to be at work from 9 to 5, you could put that in. You don't have to start with breaking down your workday in any particular way if you work a day job. In the future, it can be very helpful to break down your day job work the same way you're doing your creative work, because sometimes the problems and the way things are working out stem from the day job as opposed to directly from the creative work. But for now, you could just block it out entirely and block out how long you think your commute takes, how long you think your morning routine takes. What are the other things that, are going to be in your day? If you don't have a job, if things are flexible, you're going to have to do the best you can. But what I really want you to do is, instead of planning out like a week at a time, just plan tomorrow. Just start with just tomorrow. So even if you have a job that changes hours all the time, you probably know when you're working tomorrow. And so you can lay those in. Once you get your basics in, then you have separately, you can have you have your to-do list, like what you think you want to be doing tomorrow. And from that to-do list, I want you to go through and uh, name your top 3 things. And one of those things may be working on your creative project. I hope it is. But if there are 3 things that are not that really are the top 3 things you need to do, that's fine. Those are the things that belong there. So I want you to put those in your top 3 here. So your top 3 is not just creative work. Your top 3 spans all domains. So if it's like, I gotta, call my mom and, meet the cable guy and set up a meeting with my boss. Like those are the 3 most important things you need to do tomorrow. Those belong in your top 3 slots. Now, we want to move towards where one of those things is spend an hour on your novel or whatever. But for now, it is what it is. So put that in there, plan here. And then for those 3 things, find a slot, find time in your calendar when you're going to do those things. Then tomorrow, as you go through your day, then what you do is you go into the tracking column and you track what you actually do. And you, again, don't have to track when you're at your day job or whatever, but you may want to track so that you actually have a more clear sense overall of like what's going on in your life, and where does all the time go. So especially if you're ending up leaving work late or taking work home or whatever, then you're definitely going to want to track there. So track all the way through. The end of the day, take a little time to assess it, do a little reflection, and plan tomorrow. Plan tomorrow tonight. That is always the key, is like, don't do it in the moment, do it ahead of time. There are a couple other features of this calendar that you don't need to worry about right now, but I'll explain what they are so so you're not like worried about it. Your template is, if there are things you typically do at typical times of the day, that's a template. So morning routine, morning at work, lunch, afternoon at work, home with family, evening wind down. That's sort of your basic, standard practice model. But with using the spreadsheet here as opposed to the PDF that I've provided, you can actually adjust this. If you're a night owl and you get up at noon and stay up till 4 in the morning, you can just change the hours, whatever makes sense. Along the top, you have themes, and themes may or may not be relevant for you, but say you're a blogger. You may have a day when you're doing promotion and a day when you're doing writing and a day when you're doing design. And so if Monday is promotion day, you can label the theme promotion day. And then when you have something that's like I need to contact this other person to see about a guest post, you put it on Monday. When you're like, I need to, work on my plugins or something, that would be, say, Wednesday, because that's your design day. So that's what themes are for. Both optional, but can help you kind of pre-decide and basically remove some of the decision fatigue, remove some of the sort of active involvement with having to make decisions every evening with your calendars. Because if you know what day it's going to be on, you can put it there. And also, if you know what time you do things generally, then you can just kind of like roll with that as opposed to constantly having to redecide. And that's it. That's all you need to do. So every evening, starting today, right now, I want you to plan tomorrow. Plan out what you think is going to happen during the day and plan your top threes, and then give your top threes a spot on your calendar. And that's it.